Hi, everybody. Hi. GMAT, Marta, John, GMAT, Matt, Miranda. How are you? Evening. Okay, do you guys see me on a vertical position? I need to ask you guys a favor. Oh my gosh. I don't have it. There's a lot of features that this makes me mad. There's a lot of features that YouTube is rolling out that I feel like I'm not getting. I don't know why. Like, for example, the fact that there's like a community board. I guess on a vertical, you can now do like little gifts or little things, kind of like how they do it on TikTok. I don't see it on my end, but maybe you guys see it. I don't know. Welcome everybody. I'm kind of mad. Maybe I need to do more verticals, which kind of sucks because I hate doing verticals. Hey Ronan. Hey Joe. Hey Pika. Hey Luigi. Where have you been all my life? Oh my goodness. Nebby. How are you guys? Paige. Yes, everybody come through. Thank you. I know you hate verticals, me too, but I have to we have to keep things, I guess, diverse to a certain degree. We got to go vertical and we got to go different ways, if you know what I mean. I had 40 Jimmy Dean's breakfast sandwiches today. Too many? I mean, listen, do you, boo? Do you? Waffles, how are you? I see you, Storm. Thank you. The thing about the verticals that it always invites some interesting characters. Now, let me say this. Thank you, beautiful. Shout out to you, beautiful messy ball. All right, let me say this, guys. I need you guys to double tap the like button because I never get likes on the verticals, not as many. Hold up, y'all, because baby buddy's around, and I might have to, send her off, but she didn't want to leave. Welcome. Keep the overlord. I have to. So let me tell you what's going on. There's this like really cool feature for like people that are doing verticals, right? And I don't see it in my app where you can do like different like little gifts and stuff like that. I don't see it. So maybe I just haven't done it. I feel like I'm so behind on different things. Thank you. But if you don't, I guess just tap once. Just make sure you tap to hit the like button. It does unlike. You're right. Oh my god, my phone just dropped. Okay, whatever. Anyways, it is what it is. Toss a little carrot. That's right. I had to hit the like button before I join. Normally I can double tap screen, but right now I can't. It's not doing that. Oh my goodness. Why do you hate me? I saw my thumb. You saw my thumbnail? I didn't even do a thumbnail. It's like I don't feel like doing a thumbnail today. Today's not the day for a thumbnail. I don't know why. I wasn't feeling it. Um, I just wasn't feeling it. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Thank you. All right, so let me say a little something. Because I know that this is gonna come up later, and I figured let me just. Oh my gosh, Didi, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Oh my god. Well, damn. Thank you. I was feeling some type of way because it's like I don't have the features that everybody has on their vertical. I don't know why. Maybe I need to like enable something. I don't know what's going on. YouTube, fix it for me, okay? Please fix it for me. Didi, thank you for gifting. If you guys have been blessed by Didi, put some hearts in the chat, please, or confettis, or fireworks, whatever. Whatever's cuter, whatever you like. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Chico. All right, let me say something, okay? Hey, true crime. Hey, everybody coming through. And I feel like I have to say something because I said something in Discord. All right, the Diddy trial is over. Like it's over, right? It's over. I kind of suspected that this was going to happen when we would have like this surge of different things, people saying different things, people doing the most in as far as the Diddy trial now that it's done, right? In part, it's because the content, as far as that goes, the case has dried up to a certain degree. So people are trying to do the most as far as that goes. I'm not going to be engaging in any Diddy fights with folks. I said what I said during my time at the Diddy coverage. I'm not going back and forth with people. I'm not doing that. I'm not. And if you're doing that in my chat, you will be blocked. That's it. That's simple. There's nothing else to it. If you're a member and you're doing that in my chat, you'll just be blocked. I don't have time for it. I got content to do, whether it's Diddy or another thing. All right. So I just want to make sure that the people know this is my channel. I worked my ass off to keep my channel the way that it is. If you don't like it, then don't like it. I don't know what else to tell you. Okay. I don't want to fight with people. I don't want to go back and forth. I'm not. I just refuse and I rebuke that and I unsubscribe to that behavior. I don't tell people where to go. Wherever you guys want to go, y'all do you. Do what you got to do. If you're into that kind of, vibrational situation, that's on you. Just don't bring that shit over here. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Got it? And that's for everybody. That's for everybody, not just, for new subscribers. That's for everybody. I knew that this was going to happen and it's sad to see it happen, but I'm not surprised because that's what happens after kind of content dries up. It's a little too much. Somehow along the lines, we've lost what's the word? We've lost the fact that we were just covering the case and this is about Diddy. So it's weird to me, but hey, whatever. Okay, so that's one of the things I was going to say. The other thing I was going to say is I have various means of communication. Um, Even though I don't use my real name online, people, I'm not to a certain degree, people can find me. That's kind of how it is. So I had somebody, they were emailing me, messaging me, emailing me on Gmail, which I don't use my Gmail, emailing me on my iCloud, messaging me on my Facebook, and then I get a text message like on my personal phone. Now, I didn't sign up for my personal phone to be out there. I mean, it just is. I have a service that blocks a lot of that information. But for whatever reason, I'm getting all these text messages. My friend, that's weird, and don't do that. It's with somebody pertaining to the Epstein content. And then they were coming in my chat. If you're watching this, don't do that. That's crazy to do that. Don't do that, okay? That's weird. And we don't like that. Yeah. So I was not okay with that. One email is enough. One email is enough. So it just kind of made me feel that maybe I do need to. I've had my number for so many years. I'm kind of like that person that I should probably change it, but I don't, if that makes sense. I just don't. Which is bad now that everybody knows that, but hey, it is what it is. I have to change my number and I probably will this weekend, but I've had my number for like, I want to say shit, 20, 25 plus years. To change a number is like different things. Different things. But anyways, shout out to everybody. Yeah, they keep spamming and ask. Yeah, it was the same person. That was weird, Chico. That was earlier today. But if no, like literally, it's weird to have that. You had this, yeah. So it's like I know when I've been doing this for 5 years, so I kind of knew when I signed up to this, that you'd have people that kind of would do things like that. I mean, I've been doxxed, I've been threatened online, I've gone through the ringer online a couple times. I would hate to have to change it, but I might have to. And so, and I've ever since I started doing YouTube, I mean, first of all, I never answer my phone. Never, ever. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Sorry, guys. I got somebody at my door. Yeah, people have lost their minds. Definitely. Hey, Wes and Peace, how are you? Just block their number and mark them as spam. Yeah, definitely. It's just so weird to me that like they were spamming so they were spamming my chat in the morning, and then I got the emails, and then I got a bunch of things, and then to suddenly get like like a text message. I'm like, this is weird and that's not cute. Don't do that. That's weird. If somebody doesn't have their number like on a like my number's not up there. If I don't have it up there, please note that I don't desire to communicate with you at all. Like I don't want to do that. I don't know. They wanted me to like, I guess, show their research. I wasn't clicking links. Like it's just weird to do that. Completely weird. You're changing your number that I've had for probably for 20 years too. We're due for a new phone in August, and I think I'm finally ready to let go of my Florida number. Aw. Yes. You said I almost hired a PI to serve a restraining order one time. That's an option. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I don't want to take it there, but it does get a little weird. I'll never click a link. Don't don't ever click a link. Never. I mean, listen, sometimes people send me it really depends. Like if it's my moderators or somebody that kind of I'm close to or I know online, it's a little bit different. But like when I know it's somebody that's just like, and I mean, I get a lot of links, guys, and I know some of you guys aren't like that. Like there are subscribers out there that truly just want to show me a video. I typically don't click the link. I'll type out the link to the address bar and check it, but I won't like. I'll have to be very careful and look at the link and just look at it, make sure that I'm not clicking on it because it's a little scary. It's a little scary. Yeah, they are. And also, let me shout out Miss Faye. Miss Faye, thank you so much. I got my package. Shout out to Miss Faye. Shout out to Sylvia. I am going to be addicted to energy drinks for the next couple of days, months, and everything. Anyways, shout out to everybody. Okay, guys, let's get it together. Let's get it together because we have a lot to review. So first of all, really quick on Diddy. I know we went a little bit on Diddy. It won't be too long, I promise y'all. But there was a letter from the judge. He did do a letter for everybody. You know, we had this like hearing, right? That was kind of like a very short and sweet hearing. So the judge orders Diddy docket details for Sean Combs sentencing judge. The judge asked parties for a list of comparable cases by September 1st for October 3rd, inner city press reports. So if you guys remember, we had like a hearing that lasted for a second yesterday, literally a second. It was just a second. Okay. And what happened? So if you heard the hearing, it was like the parties they met together, meaning the prosecution and the defense. They met together and they were like, hey, we agree on this date, for the PSI, for the probation office to kind of come in to turn in the report. We're giving us a schedule to kind of make our objections about the probation report. And then they're going to meet up in October 3rd to really look at sentencing at this point. So probation would probably have met with Diddy a couple times before October 3rd. Okay. So that's kind of where they're at. Now, the judge he just kind of gave a message to the deputy clerk and basically told the deputy clerk, all right, you guys decide what's going to happen. What are we going to do here? They decided on dates. And then he said he was going to write a message to the parties. And this is what he wrote. In connection with the sentencing proceedings in this case, the court will find it helpful to have available data on sentences imposed where, one, the primary or sole conviction was for a violation of 18 USC 2421A, or two, the base offense level under the sentencing guidelines was calculated under 2G1, 1A2, and criminal history category of 1. The parties should locate cases they believe match these criteria and file a letter, hopefully a joint letter, identifying those cases by docket number and jurisdiction on or about September 1st, 2025. No argument should be included in the letter. So they're wanting, hey, come together with some arguments that are kind of in the same violations, right? Like some articles out there that are kind of similar, right? The goal is for the parties' subsequent sentencing submissions to address the cases identified in the September 1st filing, focusing on those that each side believes reflect sentencings imposed for similar situated defendants, if any. So, like, if you think about how this court system works, they're kind of telling you, hey, we got to find cases that are similar to kind of figure out sentencing for Diddy. So everybody's going to have to pull their strings. Yes, Strawberry 617. They are considering that, probation can say, yo, he doesn't qualify, but technically he's a first time offender. So I don't see why he wouldn't qualify for probation. People have estimated out there how many years or time frame he's going to get. I have heard anywhere from 4 to 6, in jail and maybe probation, or he could be let go on probation with time server. I don't know. Anything could happen. And I think that what they're doing is the judge is kind of saying, like, hey, you guys get together, find these cases so that we can determine what it's going to look like moving forward, which I guess makes sense. That's right. The PSI is a PSI report is an evaluation. You're absolutely correct. Not necessarily an evaluation for probation. You're absolutely correct. It's almost like an assessment of, like, maybe social history of the person, any other criminal behaviors, other things in between. If there's one thing that I would hope that they would do, thank you, Oklahoma, that I would hope that they would do, honestly, in this situation is that I really hope that Diddy gets into some really what's the word, some kind of not, I hate the word mandatory or mandated therapy because I hate anything that's mandated, guys. The success rate in that is not very well, but and I wouldn't even necessarily say offender treatment to a certain degree, but something that would work for him to kind of maybe understand the impact to various things. And some of you guys are like, God, Rabbit, that's such a social worker thing to say, because it is, and because I am. We remember I told you guys, it's like, even though, I support victims, I'm also in the belief that people should be given the opportunity, even people like Diddy, believe it or not, that there should be, it is too soon, I know, that people, if they do they serve their time, and they do their time, and then they get their, sentencing, and hopefully they go through therapy and get the services that they need. Yeah, but there's a lot in this trial that we're never really going to understand, and a lot of things that have been unsaid, if that makes sense. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you. You said, I mandate he gets sued until he's in debt. Well, there you go. Hey, Franny Law, how are you, my love? Shout out to you. Oh my goodness. He might not have any prior convictions, but he has plenty of other charges and issues with the law. That's true. Just because he doesn't have a conviction doesn't mean he doesn't have any prior PSI offenses. There you go. I mean, they can consider that as well. They can do a lot to take that into consideration, right? There's so much. 1 year for 2 felonies ain't no way. There's a lot of people that are sitting behind bars for many years for a lot of different things. I think it was Megan Cuniff. I got to pull her post. I got to show you guys what she did, okay? Megan Cuniff, was it Megan Cuniff? Let's see. Where did she do it? She did it right here. Feds indicate at least 6 to 8 years in prison as judge finalizes Diddy's sentencing date. Okay, this is from Megan Cuniff's IG. Shout out to her. Prosecutors appear ready for a novel argument under a recent federal guidelines amendment that prohibits acquitted conduct from being considered at sentencing. So what she did here is, let me show you guys, because this is just an article. They did a sentencing table right here, and it's kind of hard to see from here. Maybe I'll post this on the community wall so you guys can see that. But I mean, they're saying anywhere from 6 to, hold up, let's see, what did he say? 6 to what? 6 to 8 years. Anywhere from 6 to 8 years, right? Oh, wrong. Wrongo. Here we go. 6 to 8 years. Level of offenses depending on where he's at. Criminal category, and I think he would be like he's a first time offender, so whatever that means, he would be a 1, and then following the level of offense, kind of where he falls from there, whether he's a zone A, zone B, or zone Z. And I believe he might actually be in a zone B, depending on the level of offense, if you know what I mean. So there's that. You said whatever happened to some of his sons, were they complicit in some of the stuff? Well, that's what they said, Luigi, in some of those civil lawsuits, that some of which have been like dismissed, some of which we don't know. But his sons weren't like charged at all or anything like that. He said he's not going to prison that long. I don't think so. Not for everything that he's being said to have done. I mean, I think people kind of have to understand that it's just the way in which the system is set up. I think that there is absolutely no way the feds come in my house, find multiple guns, and I don't get charged with gun possession. So that's still a thing. The deface of a weapon. Some people say that might be a charge that's coming through the lines. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? What do you guys make of that? Listen, I don't know the news. I'm just here to report it sometimes. I might know some things, but I'm just giving my opinion. I mean, we will see what happens. That's what I heard. But finding your 40, this is what I have learned from this whole situation is, guys, you wait till the receipts get there. Wait until something more concrete happens. We can all speculate different things, doesn't mean it's going to happen. That's one thing if anything has taught me anything about this whole situation in this case, is that you have to wait till documents drop, because a lot of us, we could speculate all kinds of things. We just don't know. We don't know. We don't know. No sé. No sabemos nada. He's a first time offender on the first conviction and a repeat offender on the second conviction. There you go. That part. That part right there, Franny Law, shout out to you. Yeah, I don't think it's who knows. I've worked in the community corrections, and if there are guns, someone is getting charged, especially that deface part. Well, okay. I guess we'll see coming up. Coming up. But let me tell you guys something. What you can do, that's right, El Diddy, double tap that like button. Now let's talk about, I want to move on. Let's talk about Epstein, okay? Because that's still the talk of the town, and we got to talk about it. Listen, my friends, I don't like Fox News, but Fox News is reporting this, and so is Axios and other outlets. FBI launches criminal investigation of John Brennan, James Comey, and DOJ sources says. Now, James Comey, the daughter, what's her name again? Yeah, Maureen Comey. Maureen Comey is her dad, right? She was the one that prosecuted Diddy, right? She's like the one that led the prosecution team. Well, her dad's being investigated, I guess, criminally investigated. This is deep, right? And a lot of you guys might know that. You guys might be aware of that. This kind of goes a little bit even deeper than anything as far as this goes. But I find it interesting that this gets dropped today while we're still trying to figure out, what do we make of Epstein files, or the non-existing files, or the real files. I don't know. There is not, Moni, you're so right. There is nothing more messier than the White House. Is it just me, or is it just me? Like, literally, there is nothing more messier than the White House. Definitely a distraction. Okay. Distraction. Okay, say more. We need to talk about Maxwell, guys. Well, why is that woman sitting in prison if yeah, it was out a while ago. You're right. But this was the investigation was brought back up. Fox is making sure. Let me tell you something. Fox works the way Fox works is that it's funny because it was a Fox reporter that asked the question that got shut down. But Fox is very good about pushing an agenda. This is why I don't believe some of these folks. What is it? Axios is talking about it too. Trump on Brennan, Comey probe reports maybe they have to pay a price. President Trump responds Wednesday to reports that former CIA Director John Brennan and former FBI Director James Comey are being investigated over allegations that they made false statements to Congress during the Russian probe. Okay. Big picture, Brennan and Comey were under criminal investigation over the FBI probe into possible links between Trump's 2016 campaign and Russia after CIA Director John Ratcliffe referred evidence to the FBI of possible wrongdoing. You know what? Pardon my French, you are so right. You cannot believe anything. Anything at all. I know nothing about it other than what I read today. But I will tell you, I think they're very dishonest people. Okay. Trump said when asked about the investigation by a reporter during the White House meeting with the African leaders. Okay. I think they're very dishonest people, says the person who's been dodging the question about what's going on with Epstein. Says the person who's been dodging the question. Not one dishonest person calling something dishonest. I need to understand, my friends, what is that all about? Like, what is that, my friends? My friends, tell me, what do you guys make of that? You said, oh, I love that guy. I love CoffeeZilla. Shout out to CoffeeZilla. Sylvia, welcome, everybody. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, please, and thank you, okay? CoffeeZilla, who's been on this Epstein thing, and I'm so glad that he is because I like his breakdowns. I really, really do. Appreciate it, right? He's staying on that. He's staying on that Pam Bondi. He's staying on Pam Bondi. He's like, what's going on here? Why are you avoiding the question? Why? Let's listen to what he had to say, okay?
This is a montage of the changing stories on Jeffrey Epstein.
Changing.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein.
That island was really a cesspool. There's no question about it. Just ask Prince Andrew.
You say that the FBI.
I love the montage of clips. That's a nice guy. Bill Clinton is a nice guy, but he's got a lot of problems with the island. Beautiful Messy Balls like, damn, Rabbit, you really like it when I get mad. Yes, I do. Shout out to you. Girl, you bring it. Bring it. Oh my God. Let's see. They truly believe that the dumb and the ignorant are the majority in this country. They keep playing in our faces. Yes, they do. Thank you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. Let's keep going.
FBI has Epstein's list. They're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
Who killed Jeffrey Epstein?
This doesn't look right. It doesn't look like a suicide.
You know, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure? That's the person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that.
Why did you guys say this? Oh my God, they got egg on their face. Do you see the egg right here? I see a little bit of, I don't know if you guys can see my mouth. Right here, my mouse is right here. He's got some egg right there. Right there. Red Vibes, you just said something. It's pure projection and diversion from his mess. That's all. Thank you for the $4.99, my love. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel on the vertical because I'm trying to figure out where the other stuff, all the other little trinkets and little things I'm supposed to get on the vertical, and I'm not seeing them. I don't know why. Egg. He's got egg. This guy right here in the muscle shirt. Okay. He's got egg on his face. And he's like, what? I said I didn't say that in 2016. I didn't say that in 2018. That's AI. He didn't say that. The list is not real. This channel's not real. You guys aren't real. I'm not even here. That's it. That's all. Yeah. That's A. Yes, it is. You got A. You're not real. And Luigi, you're not real. I don't know what you're not real. None of us. Unalive Monroe, you're not real. Girls, shout out to you. Thank you for the Cash App yesterday. Shout out to you. You're not here. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not real. You troll in there. There's a troll in the chat. You're not even here. It's not real. It's not real. It never happened. This is very hologram. That's AI. Guys, I contacted people. That's not none of that. It's not real. All right, let me just make sure everybody understands. None of this is real. Okay?
In that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there.
Okay, he's got more egg right there. I see a little yolk right there. You got the biggest, you got egg right there, my friend. You might have a little bacon too right there where my mouse is at. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's egg right there. That's egg. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not real either. Not this right here, guys. That's AI. That's not real. That's AI. That lady right there, you could see the glitch. That's a glitch right there. Do you see? It's glitching. That's AI. It's not real. Nope.
I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least.
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others. Certainly about the way he died. It'd be interesting.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This picture right here. This person. Peace out, TV 98. Bro, why should I listen to you? You're not real. Like you said, everyone's not real. You're not real either. We're not real. This never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. This picture right here, isn't that that picture makes me laugh because it reminds me of a creator here on YouTube. I don't even want to say the name. Anyways, let me hit play on this.
Interesting to find out what happened there because that was a weird situation and the cameras didn't happen to be working, et cetera, et cetera.
I want to talk to you about the Epstein case. I have worked on this for years, trying to get those records of who flew on Epstein's plane and who helped him build this international human trafficking ring.
Absolutely, Senator. Child trafficking has no place in the United States of America, and I will do everything, if confirmed as FBI director, to make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened in the past.
Release the list.
But it's not real. But it's not real. I love this clip of everything. I love it. This is like, this did not age very well, and it wasn't aging a long time ago. It just happened. Shout out to CoffeeZilla for this. I love this.
List. Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
A lot of people are.
It wasn't real. It was never a list. It wasn't real. It never happened. So whatever was sitting on her desk was not real.
Are wondering, because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk, is when can we see them and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200.
But they're not, the lists aren't real. Lord have mercy. Literally, we all imagined it. All these clips are fake. Everything is AI. All of this is AI. They're trying to set them up. They're trying to set the administration up. This is AI. It's AI.
So we have well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that.
Hold up. I'll tell you what's not AI. Let me, on a real note, let me tell you what's not AI. The like button. The like button on this channel is very real. All of that might be AI and fake, but the like button on this channel is not. Do me a favor and hit the like button. All you got to do is tap on the screen. That's real. All right. Let's keep going, my friends. Okay? Thank you.
Their identity is protected. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released. There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay, well,
along with his co-defendant.
Absolutely, and he had help. That's for sure.
He sure did.
But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable.
Flight logs tied to accused trafficker Jeffrey Epstein have been released to some conservative political commentators. They walked out of the White House holding binders labeled the Epstein files.
There was an
Oh, but those aren't real, right? Wait, so I have a question about this right here. I do. Was there any actual paper inside those binders? Now, this lady's holding a paper that says Trump on it or something. Like, they literally look like they're holding like a trophy or something. What was inside those binders? Was it like, haha, never mind, just for show? Listen, now these people up here, they have egg all over their face. Like
out of the White House.
Here, she looked like she had a whole omelet right there. Like the omelet right there. Definitely a Denver omelet right there. Another egg right there and more egg over here. Definitely. Publicity stunt. I mean, they could have just stayed home and gotten absolutely nothing.
House holding binders labeled the Epstein files.
There was an expectation that this was going to be bigger. You had the same expectation.
We all did. And the FBI handed over a couple hundred pages of documents. But, you know, Sean, I gave them a deadline of Friday at 8 a.m. to get us everything. And a source had told me where the documents were being kept. Southern District of New York, shock. So we got them all by, hopefully all of them, Friday at 8 a.m., thousands of pages of documents. I have the FBI going through them, and Cash is also, now that we have Cash here, it's a game changer, of course. And, you know, we're going to go through it as fast as we can, but go through it very cautiously to protect all the victims.
What do they go through if they have nothing?
Of Epstein.
Now, is that the only thing that would be redacted? Will everything else be made public?
It's always about protecting the victim. But you know what? We believe in transparency, and America has the right to know.
What we know is that this was a large network of high-profile, high-dollar predators who abused untold numbers of minors. Only one person has been prosecuted for these crimes, and that is Ghislaine Maxwell.
If there was a video,
she's the only one sitting behind bars on information that we will never see. Okay? Nothing.
of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
If you have access to it.
If I have.
Now, let me ask you a question. George Escobedo said, fire Bondi. Now, why? She's only doing what she's told to do, right? Like, everybody answers to somebody. Why do you think, like, do you honestly think she would have, like, this was her thought? Well, you know, all these people are in here. Like, it's not just on her, guys. There's a reason why this information did not get released, and it just cannot just be on her. It just can't. It can't. In my opinion, and it's been said before, and I agree, is that the reason why these files were not released, and we knew that the president had dealings with some of these folks. We've been knowing that. That's not a surprise. But there might be some people that actually supported his administration that were donors in those files. Why would you do that to your donors? Why would you do that to your donors? I'm not buying it. So I don't think it's like a Pam thing. No, I think it's a whole administration thing. I think it's everybody. Because there's no way. The way in which this whole system operates, it's like a body, right? The arm tells, you know, that my hand is going to tell the other hand what to do type of situation. It just doesn't ever go this way. So you guys can go after these people that you like, Bondi and Kash Patel. But let me just say this. It's not just them. It's the whole administration. If Trump promised what he promised, right? He did. He made promises to people. He didn't deliver. Okay? And this is why people even that support Trump have even said, like, oh my God, I'm like so surprised because he said there was going to be transparency. But the reality is this, guys, every administration, whatever you vote for, there is never nothing. Nobody's ever transparent. They weren't transparent before Trump. They're not transparent today. And moving forward, because we work this way when we elect these individuals, they're never going to be transparent. Okay? Never. So, and I always have to side eye because, like I said, I don't like any of these political people. I really don't. I felt like during election time, it was choose your poison. How do you want to die type of situation? That's how it felt like to me. Let me say this. If Biden cared, or if any of these other people cared, they would have released. They would have done this shit during that time. But they're just now wanting to do it. And then they said, well, we're going to do it during the election. We're going to do it, but not really. Ha, ha, ha. We're not doing it. No, it's not real. It's not real. None of these people care. They don't care. Michael Jackson said it best. They don't care about us. They don't. So until we wake up from that, then maybe people will start understanding. But this just gives you an idea of these are children, right? The victims of these crimes, the majority of them were young girls. Young girls. The majority, 1,000 people. And nobody can be brought up to justice. Nobody's going to face a judge. Nobody's going to go to jail. 1,000 people. And we have nothing. I've said it before. No way. No way that people that are in higher positions right now are not on those lists. No way. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. I believe that a lot of these people, especially those supporters, were on those lists and they wanted to save their asses. Okay? Let's not forget. Let's not forget that it was under Trump's administration that this man was caught, Epstein. He died under that administration. He did. Okay? And then what? We're under his administration again. And guess what? Nothing. You get nothing. No information. I'm not believing it. I'm not. Let's keep going.
Period.
Right.
If I have it.
Right. If you have it.
Right.
But you can't say that you have it.
No, we're giving you everything we have.
So far.
Everything we have so far is.
Have you guys gone over all the video that's available?
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. That's what takes so much damn time.
Did Jeffrey Epstein himself or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Oh my God, Cash Patel. Can you hold up? Let me see. How did you say that? How'd you answer that? Look at that body language.
Or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a metropolitan. I'm like, what? You didn't have that same energy. Hold up.
Senator, I believe he himself in a cell in the
He's like, doesn't even want to look.
Metropolitan Detention Center.
Did they MK you or something? Because literally the way he has his facial expressions is crazy.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through that right now with the Department of Justice.
You said,
Senator, we're working through that through the Department of Justice, Senator. Oh man. I just want to give him a blunt because he looks like he needs it. Let me give you some flour, my love, because you look like you need one. That tie, hold up, let me see. He looks like he can't even breathe. Hold up. Let me go back a little bit.
Senator, I believe he himself in a cell in the Metro.
I don't know. Let me give you an edible. He needs it. He needs it. And look, he's looking down. That's right. Doesn't he look like he needs a little edible? Let me give you one, okay? Some sativa, something. You'll be fine.
Metropolitan Detention Center.
Are you going to release all the information about that?
Senator, we are working through that right now with the Department of Justice.
I love it. Okay, let's keep going. It's the lies. It's the lies, Linda.
said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their.
Can you look at the okay, he finally looks at the camera. I mean, listen, guys.
Opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know.
Look at this guy. He was wearing a muscle shirt in the other videos. Can you guys be any more stiffer? I just want to give you guys a little something, something. Literally, look at them. Oh my God. Is it just me? I didn't even watch this. Yes, it is. Okay, do me a favor. This is not real, apparently, or maybe it is. I don't know, because I just can't get over this guy can't even look at the camera. He's looking down. He's like, and Cash is like he just looks like a deer in the headlights. It just can't.
When you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to get, I've seen the whole file. The Epstein files. What's the answer to that?
The answer to that is the same as everything else. I'm not going to withhold information from the American public ever.
Bullshit. Bull. 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 Damn. Makes me want an edible now. I need an edible. I'm not buying this. I'm not. No.
But I'm also not going to rush to get it out there in a format in which they can't rely on it. So on the Epstein matter or any other matters, we are diligently working on that. And it takes time.
It takes time.
To go through years of investigations, years of political maneuvering, and years of cover-up to get the American people what they deserve. And that's what I'm going to give them.
And you're going to get the video of the cell. And you're going to see for yourself.
We do have.
What did we see? A minute was missing. What did we see in that video? Absolutely nothing. The video isn't even facing that area. I don't understand what that video is supposed to show.
Video. It's not the greatest video in the world. I don't want to set expectations on fire. However, the video.
Oh my goodness. I swear. I feel like it's the Twilight Zone. Oh my God. And again, yes, they are. Boy, Mom, they're contradicting themselves. I don't know what to make of it. It's kind of disturbing.
Video does show in that specific block that he goes in, made a phone call. You'll see 12 hours of guards going to basically check on him, come back. You'll see no one really comes out in that bay, in that area, than him. There's no one in there. When you combine that with the other evidence where we will be releasing in the coming weeks, we're still finalizing some of the products.
They look like something got into them. I don't know what to say. It's the way that they're looking at the camera. They look stressed out. Don't they look like, it looks like a hostage video, Leanne? Yes, it does. It does. They need something for any law ASAP. ASAP. What do you want from these people? How about transparency? How about transparency? How about when you promise people that you're like going to do something, you're actually going to do it? How about that? How about they work for us? They work for us. How about we can ask questions? That's what I want. Nothing wrong with that.
I think it's pretty clear.
Overnight, the FBI and Justice Department releasing 11 hours of footage they say helps confirm notorious financier Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide in his Manhattan jail cell in 2019. But perhaps the biggest bombshell, investigators say they found no incriminating client list of Epstein's, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals, and no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties.
Remind me again, what is Maxwell behind bars for? What does she do exactly? Because I forgot. At this point, I don't even know why that lady's there. It's almost like, are they saying that a crime occurred or not? Or that they have 1,000 victims? Was she the only one that was like basically somehow setting the situation up for these young, children, victims? Is that what we're saying? What are we saying here? Because what is she sitting behind bars? She's a madam, but what are we doing? How did they even get to prosecute her? How? What if they have already given you all the information? You don't want to accept it. Do you need closure in your belief? No, I don't. They haven't given us all the information, but nice try. They haven't given us any of the information that they promised. They promised. Okay? They haven't given me anything. They haven't given anybody anything. They parade those social media influencers at the White House. What do? They gave them fake binders with shit that had already been released 5 years ago. It was nothing. They didn't give anything. Nothing. We're not asking for child prawn. That's not what we want. Or abuse material. No. All of that information could be easily redacted. No. We want to know how those children or those people became victims. How and who else orchestrated this? We want banks. We want names. We want anybody else that was around. There's no way that the only person that's responsible for this is sitting behind bars and it's a woman and it's just her. I'm not buying it. You might, but I'm not. I'm not. And you know what? Shout out to everybody else. Everybody else. Even the MAGA supporters that woke up and said, no, we're not buying this, Trump. And we've been here for you, Trump. I'm glad that they're waking up to this. I'm glad. And nobody had to say anything. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you stand on. Honestly. If this can bring everybody together, fucking fantastic. I'm glad. Let's go. Because at least we come to agree on one aspect, is that we don't want to see people hurt, young people hurt. That's our future in this country. So it matters. And I refuse to believe that that's the only thing that they have. And let me tell you why. Because they do this shit all the time. While these social media influencers were holding binders, there's nothing but red tape behind all this. I fail to believe that it happens in every administration. There's always something that they're withholding. And it shouldn't be like that because they work for us. They do.
Alex Kosticki allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the set?
Yeah, sure. If I could
Could I just interrupt for 1 second?
Sure.
Sure.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yep.
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration.
This is a montage. Let me ask you guys a question. I find this to be interesting. I've said it yesterday and I'll say it again. Isn't it interesting that this information gets released during the tragic situation that's happening in Texas? Do you guys find that to be very interesting? So is it because they don't want people to address what's happening? Are we intentionally overlooking this? Does he think that people are they're just going to forget or what? What's happening here? Did he really think that, well, let's release it now, we'll wait for the next tragedy to happen, whether it was this or something else? I know Marco Rubio looks so confused between them. He's like, what do I say here? But I do wonder about this. Okay. Because I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, I feel sometimes maybe it wasn't the time and place for that reporter to ask that question, but I can't help but wonder if a lot of this, Epstein stuff got released around this time very conveniently. I wonder. I do. Leanne T, thank you so much for the $2. I'm glad I stumbled on your channel. Well, thank you. I'm glad. Shout out to you. Thank you. But let me know what you guys think. Is it a coincidence? I'm conflicted. Rubio always looks confused. Definitely. I don't know. I find it to be so interesting that that it was brought back in, if that makes sense. But let me know what you guys think. You're in Texas? Okay. And again, shout out to the people in Texas out there. And of course, this is absolutely, I completely understand that. And as you should. People should care, especially if that's in the community I'm not in Texas, but we should definitely be setting our hearts and thoughts and prayers to Texas. The problem that I have is that I wonder if this information was dropped because this was the opportune time to do it, because he thought people weren't going to ask anything about Epstein, and people are holding him accountable to that. And I'm here for it. You said, okay. The Texas tragedy had been ongoing for a minute, and this is the first Trump mentions it. That's interesting. Literally. Oh my God. This is so weird. I can file a restraining order. Don't ever in your life text me again. Ever. Don't do that again. I don't know who told you it was cute, and that was okay. Can I have that person banned, please, mods? Please and thank you. That was so weird to do that. You reach somebody out via email. That's all you have to do. Don't do that. Don't be texting people on their numbers. It's weird. I've never had anybody. I've had a couple people do it, but not just some random person on the internet to do it. It's creepy. Thank you, Pika. That was the person that was like constantly trying to get my attention earlier. It was weird. Yeah, that's what we're going to say. Sorry about that. I just had to, I started with that earlier for those that are lost. It's weird to have people just randomly message you out of nowhere. Okay. Thank you. Look, let's talk about what's going on in Mexico. Damn, listen. I need to know what you guys think about what's going on in Mexico. So mi gente mexicana, my Mexican people are like, we're tired, and you are not coming over here, and we're deporting you back. While everybody's getting deported, we're deporting people back. Wait, what's going on? Are people over it? Look, have you been watching what's going on? I was like my dad. All right, now I'm going to get on my dad's voice, right? My dad's like, fíjate lo que está pasando. Están deportando la gente para atrás. And it's got nothing to do with Diddy, okay? What do you guys think? about it. If you come into Mexico, you got to work a little harder to get over here. If you're going to come over here, you have to pay taxes. Wait a minute. Are we doing that? I don't know what else to say. Listen, I guess they can't. I guess they said, no, you're not welcome. Let me know. You said, I don't trust Mexico. Even worse, y'all presidents were such what? Oh my God. Well, good. Then don't come and visit. I don't know what to tell you. I never knew I'd see the day, but then I was listening to a lot of the, the Latin content creators, and they were talking about this, and they were talking about some of them live in Mexico, and they were talking about how like shit just got real. Like they're like, no, you can be deported. Oh, you like te gustan las tortillas? You want some tortillas? You like the handmade tortillas? Bitch, go to Chipotle. That's what they've been telling people. Go. They're like, no. Oh, you like this? You like the margarita with the tequila and all this stuff? Go to Chili's. Go. I'm so here for it. Oh my God. They said that. I was like, I know you're lying. Oh my God. Listen. That's what they said. They're like, you like the Mexican food, bitch? Go to Chipotle. Don't you have a Taco Bell over there? Go. I was going to talk about the cartel. Anyways, let me stop. I can't believe it. When I heard this news, I said, no, they're not. Well, listen, I might not be safe because I'm Mexican American. Okay. I was born here. They might deport me too. I might not even, I can't belong here and I can't belong over there. Ni de aquí, ni de allá. Where the hell do I go? I can't go back to Mexico because they might be like, no, girl. No, you belong over there. And then I come over here and they're like, no, you belong over here. Where the hell do I stay? Where do I go? They might deport me too. Wait, now that guy should be deported. You should deport Joe Francis. Joe Francis, can they deport Joe? Definitely deport this guy right here so that he can face those consequences out there. Please and thank you. Please and please. Thank you. Yes. You said that's right. Said Mexico said they're not with the shits. No, they're not. Well, now I'm going to Canada. Lord have mercy. I don't have any place to go. It's hilarious. I was talking. Yo, this is a really serious situation, but you guys know I like to bring some comedic relief to this because if I get in my fifis and I don't want to cry and I don't want to get upset, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what would I do if I'm in Mexico and I'm literally watching this go down? What they would drag my ass and deport me too, guys. They'd be like, nope. So speak Spanish or get out. That's what people are being told. Mexican protest U.S. immigrants causing gentrification. Now, this is a huge deal. I will say this. I saw this a lot in the communities that I lived in. For those that don't know what that means, it's basically the process where people with money move to a lower income area, okay? Mexico, like it's lower cost. Sometimes like it's a low income neighborhood could be kind of like this too. And so then they're moving there leads basically for prices to go up. Like the property values, rent could go up, things can change, demographic can change. I've seen this happen a lot in communities that I've been around. It's like a thing where people just change up because of it. So yeah. So that being said, they're calling this out. They're basically saying you speak Spanish or you get out. Mexican protests, U.S. immigrants causing gentrification in Mexico City. I didn't know how deep this was. Listen, this is big. And it's young people, guys. It's young people that are protesting. Look at this. Look at these shops. Are these like U.S. owners or what? Damn. Look at this. They are not having it. Wow. Your new home is an invasion. You are a colonizer, not an effing expat. This expat word gets used a lot. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? I mean, if people are getting deported here, hell, then shouldn't Mexico do the same? Drop a 1 if you agree, or if you drop a 2 if you're conflicted. I hear Baby Bunny. Drop a 1 if you agree, or drop a 2 if you're conflicted. Let me know. Where do you guys stand with this? Should you agree? Unaligned Monroe says I agree. Look at this. Yeah, I vamos to say yep. Uno. Okay. All right. You agree, Dania? Oh my God. Look at y'all. 8 with the 24 says I agree. Number 1. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay, so you're conflicted. Awesome Space. Why are you conflicted? Okay, you don't agree with the first place. Let me know. Ava, why don't you guys agree? If it's happening here, then why are people coming over there? I mean, I wonder. Isn't Mexico kind of taking that first step? They don't want us here, right? So they're taking their steps to do what they have to do. You said every country has a right to enforce their laws or not. Don't get pissed if suddenly they choose to do so. Okay. Very supportive of them. This is how it begins. And people wonder why a single person can't afford a studio. There you go. Gotcha. I gotcha. You reap what you sow. Ooh, wee. My grandparents are from Italy. Can we get me deported now? Would be good. You're like, as long as it's a free flight. Okay, my family has Airbnbs in Mexico City, and to be honest, the issue never really crossed my mind. This has made us reflect. Cindy Figueroa. So Cindy Figueroa, are you originally from, I'm assuming you're from the US, right? And you guys are doing business in Mexico. So could this cost you your business? That's the question that I have. Hey, I do wonder, but it's something to think about. People don't people don't ever really think about things like that, if you know what I mean. This is outside. Ooh. Pay taxes, speak Spanish, usa pesos, or get out of here. Oh my God. Y'all see what she said? She said, pay taxes, usa pesos, or get out of here. Vete la chingada. That's what she just said. That's what she just said. Said, oh my God. Ooh.
Y el motivo por el que nos hemos reunido aquí es justamente para escuchar los sentipensares de muchas víctimas que hoy, principalmente juventudes, para nosotros es casi imposible conseguir una vivienda. Y no solamente eso, estamos viviendo las consecuencias de la gentrificación.
Okay, so he's talking about the fact that it's been very hard for them to find a place to live. These are a lot of young people that are struggling to live because of what's happening with the gentrification in Mexico, which makes sense. Why are young people having a hard time? If young people are coming over here and you guys don't want them over here, okay, so then leave the places that is needed for them. That's their houses, right?
Que es que el gobierno orienta sus políticas públicas a personas de mayor nivel adquisitivo, provocando el despojo, muchas veces ilegal, de población local que ya tiene 40, 50 y tenemos documentado hasta 60 años viviendo.
They're having to leave their properties, sometimes 40 to 50, 60 years, some of which they've already had documentation for because of the gentrification.
En estos barrios.
Wow. There's a lot of young people, guys.
Los principales problemas es justamente el encarecimiento de la renta y es como el único modelo de vivienda que el Estado hoy proporciona. En 5 años las rentas han subido 47%.
In 5 years, the rent has increased by 47%.
Eso es algo violento para la población local. Nosotros
is violence towards the local population.
No estamos debatiendo entre pagar la luz, pagar el agua o comer.
He says we're debating between paying for electricity, food, or water.
Entonces, por supuesto que preferimos comer.
He's like, of course we prefer to eat. He says right here, Mexico no es cheap, meaning they're not cheap. Wow. There's a lot of young people. Guys, it's a lot of young people there. Like, I'm looking to see where the older people at. I don't see them. It's a lot of young people. Wow. Yes, there's a huge homeless population, Ava, in Mexico because of the housing situation in Mexico. Literally. So what's happening for those that are coming in, shout out to you, Sylvia, is what's happening is that there is a gentrification in Mexico City. So there's been a protest with a lot of younger people. So a lot of the younger people are basically telling the immigrants in Mexico, which are coming from the US or other countries, to get out, that you either learn Spanish. So they're being impacted by this, right? So it's kind of like there's deportation one way or the other. This is only going to get more difficult. I don't see this to be the answer, but I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Ooh, see this one. Mexico is for the Mexicans. This reminds me of Once Upon a Time in Mexico, where what's his name said, "Are you a Mexican or are you a Mexicant?" Okay, I'm a Mexican. Look at this. They're all protesting. Wow, this guy. Who is this supposed to be? He's got a whole mask, guys.
Venir a vivir a un país, tiene que contribuir a ese país, ¿no?
Because he's saying the main thing is that if you're going to come and live to a country, you're going to have to contribute to this country.
La primera y la cuestión más sencilla es la migración legal.
Legal migration.
Ellos vienen aquí con visas o no visas y todavía la cambio y el poder adquisitivo genera estos problemas de gentrificación y desplazamiento, ¿no?
So he's saying that people come in there with visas or no visas, and that generates this gentrification situation and displacement. So they don't have housing. That's what they're saying. They're like, you got these visa visitors, okay? They don't follow the process of immigration. So it's like, how does that happen? I don't know, but okay. Ooh, he said, gringo, go home. Y'all know what a gringo is. I don't think I need to say it, but he just said it. That's the protest, guys. Those are the Mexican protests that are happening right now. And it's getting out of hand.
Protests in Mexico City turned violent over the weekend as protesters took to the streets, making their voices heard against gentrification and mass tourism. The protest was directed at the large number of U.S. tourists as rent prices have increased dramatically since 2020.
Wow.
And many locals feel pushed out of their own neighborhoods, the Associated Press reports.
Pues el día de hoy estamos luchando contra la gentrificación. La gentrificación es este proceso por el cual las personas originarias de los barrios se ven desplazadas por gente con mayor poder adquisitivo. Es decir, gente que viene de otros países, en su mayoría extranjeros, a querer imponer su cultura, sus precios y desplazar a los mexicanos, a los nativos de estas tierras.
So he's talking about gentrification. He says that the majority of the problem is that people are coming from other countries, bringing that culture over here, and they're displacing the people here that have, been here for many years. And some of these young people don't have housing because of it. I repeated myself, but that's what the guy was saying.
The protest started peacefully Friday in neighborhoods popular with foreign visitors. People gathered calmly to express concerns about issues like rising rents, displacement of locals, and how.
Whoa! See, this guy said, "Que a gringo." This is deep. If you guys are out there planning to visit, I would be very careful. Listen. If there's a protest going on and you got these young people, look what this guy just wrote up there. He said, yeah, this is getting deep, guys. That's not cool at all. All right.
Tourism is affecting their neighborhoods. However, the protests turned violent when a small group began smashing the windows of businesses and threatening tourists.
So all these people, I mean, is this a tourist-owned restaurant? Like, who owns that restaurant? It makes you wonder. And they're probably going to hit a lot of the tourist area. Mexico has a lot of tourism and makes some money from it too.
Protesters painted graffiti messages including "Get out of Mexico" and held signs reading "Gringos, stop stealing our home." After initial actions in local neighborhoods, marchers assembled outside the U.S. Embassy, and that's when more police officers showed up amid the unrest.
Vengo porque la gentrificación solo es un paso más a la colonización, a los despojos y a que exploten nuestros recursos. Ahorita es con la gente, pero ya falta poco para que cuando se les acabe el petróleo, el agua, el litio en otro país, vengan y nos saquen.
So basically she's saying right now it's just the area, but once, petroleum or oil or something like that is done, they're going to take over this whole area. That's what they're saying.
To the New York Times, Mexico City's government secretary urged an end to the violence, saying Mexico City is a city of migrants and that the city's government does not agree with this type of demonstration. The city's governor, Carla Brugada, released a statement on X denouncing the violence. However, she said Mexico City officials oppose gentrification and are working on making housing more affordable. Similar protests have occurred in European cities such as Barcelona, Madrid, Paris, and Rome, where mass tourism and gentrification are also major concerns. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Lauren Keenan. If you want more on this,
Woo-wee, that's interesting, y'all. That's very let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. You said, what did we expect when our president picks fights with our neighbors? Yeah, you gotta be careful about that. You have to be very, very careful. All of that. So if you're planning to travel, just be careful when you travel. Yeah, you went to Cancun in June and it was amazing. No protests then. Shout out to you. But let me know what you guys think. Guys, thank you so much for watching tonight. I know I got a little spicy earlier. Shout out to us. Make sure you guys are subscribing, double clicking, hitting the like button, all that other stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna head out because I gotta go tend to baby bunny. But thank you again. Let me know what you guys think. This was pretty tough. I didn't want to do a thumbnail, but we talked about a lot of different topics. I'm here for it. All right, guys, subscribe. See you guys later. And again, support the channel. Hit the like button. Bye, guys. Bye.